Martial Arts Training the Car with Matt. That's me from TRITAC. Welcome back. So, we are just leaving the gym, and we had an interesting night of sparring last night where we had some new guys who, let me lay this story out for you because this is so typical, and it's like we actually have footage of this. It's kind of fun. I'll link it in.
Aaron, you can match his power. If he's going to swing like that, fucking knock him out. There you go. Hit him. Oh, you don't like it when people hit you hard. Yeah, well, you swing like, you're swinging like crazy. He's not, that dude is like 60% controlled. He hit you once, a little sting, and we had to stop the fight. But you're swinging with everything you got. Hey, why are we cheating grabbing the fence? Don't be a douche. Keep going. Hands up, punch him, Vinny, thank you. Oh, out the fuck cage. No, out the cage. You're not standing in front of anyone, drop your hands like you're cocky and stuff. You outweigh the kid by 100 pounds. We're not doing this shit. That's just bullshit. Out. Not acceptable. No, yeah, he should have knocked you out when you do shit like that. That's not how we fight here.
I wasn't like that. I wasn't cocky. I just want to hit him to hit me.
Cool, bro.
Sorry.
Good for you.
We had these kids come in. Now, these kids aren't bad kids. They're younger. They're 19, 20-ish. But they have that 19, 20-old mentality who thinks they're street fighters, and because they did 2 months of something before that they know how to fight, and that, one of the first days or first seconds of one of them introducing to me was like, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. And, I want to be a pro fighter. I want to train here for 6 months, and then I'm going to go train in Muay Thai in Thailand. And I'm like, okay, cool, bro. Like, that's awesome to hear. That's a great ambition for yourself. When I hear, a side note, when I hear people tell me they want to be a pro fighter, it's not comical. It's just like, dude, you know what you're saying? And this is a bad statement, and it sounds weird when I say it. But I heard this from another MMA coach, and this other MMA coach does not have a great reputation. So when I say this statement, I'm saying it from his words, not mine. But I think you can understand it. He was making fun of people when they ask, they tell him that they want to fight. And he goes to them and he says, well, were you ever beaten as a child? And obviously, that's a weird thing to say to people. But the statement of it kind of has some truth to it. That if you want to be a pro fighter, there are two paths. Either you are an exceptional competitor in wrestling or something like that, and you want to keep your continued spirit. Or you've gone through some shit in your life, and that shit has given you an edge, a chip. It's giving you the dog, and it makes you want to fight, right? Now, I don't know this kid's background, etc., but I did not say that to him, of course. But I asked him, some clarifying questions and all this. Did you ever train before? Blah, blah, blah. How old are you? How long you've been thinking about this, etc., etc., etc. And, we have a free program we're running right now, which is really an intro program. But I gave him some extra time free. And then he sparred lightly. One of them sparred lightly in the cage last week. And I had to stop it twice because he's what we call a runner. He just turns around and just doesn't want to fight. And he thinks that's the right answer in a fight when you're locked in a cage. And turn around and tell your opponent to stop and wait. Not a fucking thing, okay? Or just run from your opponent. Again, not a thing we do. So, last night, he's decided to spar again. And now, of course, you'll see from the footage that these kids, they just swing for the fences. They're just looking for that highlight reel. Of course, they've got their phones out trying to record it, look cool. And they're just swinging for the fences like a dumbass. And one of them, so they're both sparring with teenagers, actually. One was 14 years old. I'll explain that one in a second. And then the other one was 17, 18, something like that. No, he was about the same age as the other one, too, so it doesn't really matter. But the inexperienced kid was swinging like for the fences, looking for that knockout highlight reel on an up-and-coming student that I have a lot of hopes for. I've been working with. He has limited time due to his transportation and living situation. That's a whole other story. So he comes quite often, and as often as he can, but he's working really hard, and I see a lot of progress on him. So when this other kid was swinging on him, since he's not my student yet, I'm coaching my other student. And finally I said, just knock him out. he's gonna hit you with that intention. Just hit him back, because my student Aaron was very controlled, and he's sparring. It's not a street fight. This kid thinks it's like a world championship fight, and was just trying to like took one from, and he tried to just hit Aaron from like way down below, to swing with all he got. And so I said to Aaron, if he's matching, match his power. If he's gonna hit you that power, hit him back with that power. And so Aaron hit him once. And it wasn't even a powerful shot. It was just clean, and it had a little more intention than his shots before. And what the kid do, he stopped, dropped his hands, turned away, like he can't take it. I'm like, dude, you can swing all day at everybody else and expect them to take it, but you think that just because he hits you, all of a sudden it's unfair. And this is like, people don't understand what they're dealing with. They don't understand what they're asking, or what they're how they're approached. They think that they're pro fighters right off the bat, and because they hit the heavy bag for 5 minutes, watch some YouTube videos, that they're great fucking fighters. It just drives me nuts. The time I got real pissed off last night was there's another kid who had a bit more experience, friends with the other one, and this kid was about 200-ish pounds, probably a little more, okay? And he had done some training in another school. He was well wrestled, and he wanted to spar in the cage as well. This was his like third time here. So I was going to give him Cole. Cole is one of our MMA fighters and coaches here. You probably see him on our channel. And Cole is very controlled, but he's also very dangerous. And when I pointed at Cole, he said, well, no, can I go with him? And he pointed to one of my 14-year-olds, Vinny. Now, Vinny is a tough motherfucker. 14 years old. God, I wish I was that way at 14 years old. I started martial arts at 14. This kid's like fucking taking off. It's crazy. He spars with my pros and gets him work, right? So, but he's a 14-year-old and weighs 160 pounds, right? And this kid is easily 220, all right? So there's, in the video I said 100 pounds more than him, but whatever. So they're having a decent match. The bigger kid is trying to bully him, swing hard, and try to just pressure Vinny against the cage, but Vinny's a dog. He'll keep fighting him. Vinny actually lets go a fucking monster high kick and purposely misses a kid.
Oh, you got lucky.
So he doesn't fucking send him to the canvas. I mean, that's control, right? And Vinny's working, he's sparring. Of course, this kid's getting a little crazy. And then they get off the cage, and this fucking dumbass kid drops his hands, tries to be cool, and stand in front of Vinny and get punched in the face. And I just fucking yelled, get the fuck out of the cage, blah, 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 blah. This shit doesn't work here. Like, the ego on a fucking kid in another person's, in my gym, in our gym, sparring and trying to act like a big shot like that, fuck you. Plain and simple. So this morning, I sent them both a message saying they're not allowed back unless they are actually serious, because right now they're just training for free and giving me the sob story. I'm like, fuck that. Like, I just don't care. Like, if I had to deal with you swinging at people, trying to hurt my students who work very, very hard, and you just think this is all a cool little thing, I'm going to be a pro fighter, and, I'm going to show up and train. I just want to do it for free, and I'm going to try to kill everybody in the cage, and how come this shit doesn't work? I've only been training 3 days. Like, dude, it's not worth my time. So, yeah, that's my story, and the message of this story is, if you are new, it doesn't even matter if you're new. If you are going to another martial arts school, another martial arts, you're learning from someone else in martial arts, fucking shut up and humble yourself. It's fucking stupid how people try to bloat and inflate what they do and what they know. Dude, I know some shit. I know a lot of shit. But very rarely am I going, like, if I go to visit another person's school or another teacher, take whatever, do a seminar, I shut the fuck up and ask as many intelligent questions as I can, because that's how we learn. Being the guy who thinks he knows everything, or thinks that they're going to be some sort of expert in like months, like, bro, that's just not martial arts. It's just not. All right. Yes, maybe you can go to your local McDojo and get your black belt in 3 months. Good for you. You can't fight out of the paper box. Real combat takes time. It takes skill. It takes effort. It takes suffering. You don't need to be a pro MMA fighter, right? You don't need, like, develop real combat skill. Like, not everybody's here to. The outcome is not to be a pro MMA fighter. The outcome is confidence. The outcome is that belief that you can defend yourself, and then learning something about yourself. Martial arts is so deep, but you get to spar and train with others. You're unlocking this deeper level of yourself that very, 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 very few people get to like actually experience. So the fact you're on this channel, you made it this far, you're listening, means you're probably a very serious martial artist. And because you are, I not challenge you, I implore you, I plead with you to be humble in your training, to be humble when you're learning from new people. Even if you think you know more than them, just accept and be respectful. For the love of God, respect each other, because that's truly how we are going to get better with each other. We're going to get better at our martial arts. We're going to get better at our community. Just treat each other with respect, especially if you're new and going to another gym, and don't try to take other people's heads off. That's just not cool, because you'll meet a guy like me who is going to fucking get pissed and just kick you out. Like, and what's the alternative? Like, you're not going to pick me in the cage. So that's worse for everybody. So that's my story today. Matt in the car, martial arts training in the car. It's awesome hanging out with you. The 5 people who watch this. See you soon, guys.